Okay, subframes finished, both of them. Spacers in, spacers in. Just look at the precision of this. Just slides perfectly in, almost no tolerances. Beautiful. Both of them finished, ready to be shipped, ready to go to America. Steve is gonna put them on the pallets together with the rest of the stuff that's supposed to go to USA, and we're back on here. Let me get some lights. There you go. So fittings. I don't know if you see from here, you probably don't. So let me switch the camera from here to here. There you go. Fittings done. This is what I'm talking about. These ones here. So we're using the non-return valves, 90-degree push-on fittings for the 8mm fuel hoses. We have pretty much all the rest. I need the Y-piece from between these two to join them into one pipe, but I have those, so not a problem. And yeah. This lens is a bit yeah, it's scratched. Anyways, right, so made adapters for the smaller pipes and etc, all the same diameter, so the internal diameter from the mesh collectors or the standard 3-inch manifolds, and the pipe we're gonna use is exactly the same diameter, so that's exactly what we need. Anyways, that doesn't matter for now. Now is a bit of a pain ass topic, because before I'm doing the fuel system, this is much more important, which is actually planning. And sometimes you spend over half a day, sometimes even a day, doing this stuff. And the reason for that, because you have to plan literally 10 steps ahead, and you have to try different scenarios, because sometimes a most unlikely scenario could turn out to be actually more reasonable than the one that it looks obvious. Now, this is the original idea, obviously, when the engine was in was on the stand, which we know MR2 has a lot of space behind the engine, obviously inside this engine, but it is true. However, this is quite structural. We don't want to move it. We don't move those, so the space is quite confined. And we have to play with those within those limits. And once you put a VR6 engine, and as much as this is an extremely compact 6-cylinder engine, probably the most compact, and is barely any longer actually than a 4-cylinder, besides having this part, which is the chain, the camshaft distribution and all that stuff, which is, yeah, is about this thick. If this wasn't there, obviously we've got more space, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't, you know, it's fine. We still got our charge cooler. This charge cooler, this setup is exactly the same. We're using a 1.8. As I can see, it still fits. Actually, this was obviously all working with the 2.8, which is external, exactly the same engine, so no problems. But we have this bloody giant turbo. Well, giant. You can put much bigger turbos on the VR6s. But now obviously I have to put everything in perspective and see if this actually fits, which is quite close to the bonnet. It's not in front of the car. Engine lid, let's call it engine lid. But we have to, you know, try to have the compressor away from the exhaust manifold, because this is obviously red. This is gonna go glow red hot, and you don't want to transmit that heat into the compressor. So we got plenty of space to do a nice thick heat protection, heat shrink, Jesus, you know what I mean, heat shield. Jesus Christ, what's going on with me recently? We have to have a space there. We have to have a space for the collector to actually be there, and it has to be compact. Let me just try to remove this quickly. So yeah, we have better vision, you see. So these pipes have to be one from here, merged kind of almost together, but not really. From here, let me grab one of those pipes. see, it's gonna be easier. Some of the angles, I'm presuming they have to be custom. So that's the pipe, and you see you have to respect the radiuses. From here, you go here, and then from here, another section here. So roughly, this is where the flange could be. So it's quite realistic. It's just, you know, again here, from here, here. Yeah, very realistic, very realistic. Then let's put this one here. Does it stay? Well, ish. Now imagine we have to have two wastegates. I semi-assembled one so we can kind of have a look on it. So you're gonna have one wastegate here, right? And the other wastegate we have to fit somewhere, I'm presuming on the other side there, kind of underneath or somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere there. So, you know, a very nice setup. However, the stuff is big. These are big 44mm gates. The piping is big because it's 6 in 2 into twin scroll. So big diameters, big radiuses, and then you obviously have to put the pods there. And also, realistically, for the truck use, I mean, I guess you can take the chances, but you should put the wastegate pipes into the exhaust, which is additional, quite a lot of work actually, that one is. So what I'm getting on with this is like all of this space available, but we're getting quite tight with the space. Because remember, this one is here, and that's fine. I can put it somewhere here, very close to the engine, because again, all of that moves with the engine. I have to stay away is the subframe. Although even there, we have much more solid engine mounts. There is enough, you know, I can get that close. There's enough space. There isn't much movement, so quite a lot of margin. So you can even be there somewhere like this. Because, as you can see there, that's the charge cooler. That's 3.5-inch inlet charge cooler, which now I transform into 3-inch, and this is about 2.5-inch from the compressors, which is good. And this obviously has to be lower. I put it there because I need this turbo to be supported by something, so I'm using the exhaust manifold and this part of the chassis, but this is gonna be here. So from here I need a pipe to go a nice radius there and into the charge cooler, so I need a space for those, and all of that has to be obviously planned. You can't just put a turbo and then we go ahead, because it does barely works, and they have to go with the massive compromises most of the time. So that's why I'm saying 10 steps ahead. You got the turbo position, you got the manifold design. Again, you can't run too much of a compromise there, so the turbo position has to be matched with the possibilities we have. If I put that flange in an awkward position, then these will have to have some silly angles and you restrict the flow. We don't want that. We're building performance stuff. So you're staying away from the restrictions as much as possible. Avoid them at all the costs. Same for the outlet from the compressor. You know, it can be silly, for example, a 90-degree straight. No, it's not acceptable. It has to be nice and smooth. Wastegates, yeah, they can be quite close. I guess there is enough space here. I guess there is enough space there by the look of it, but I need some 4-inch pipe. Why? Well, because the exhaust on this little thing is 4-inch. Now imagine it's not from here, because obviously we have the V-band, so it takes another about 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch there, and from here we have this space to do the radius going down, and I'm expecting this to be fairly tight, unusually tight bend for a 4-inch pipe. Now being a full size 4-inch, not to worry about this, you know, it's still gonna be more than fine, but I'm guessing it will have to be most likely custom made. You know, when you have this, I call them apple pies, small sections, and just get there. So what I have to do is to obviously get the exhaust. Let me see if the camera doesn't move too much. Yeah, I have to go in there, so between from the turbo, between the exhaust manifold, between the chassis, you know, those reinforcements, and stay away from the wastegate. Now the wastegates, they can withstand quite a lot of heat. However, not this part. You're trying to keep away all the heat from here when the membrane is. Again, they can withstand a lot of heat, but you know, don't push your luck. You know, if you keep the heat away from this as much as possible, this stuff is gonna last for longer. And again, this is where you see a good build. Of course, we can shield with the heat shields, the exhaust and all that stuff, which we're gonna do it. But again, you're trying to make everything as efficient as possible. So imagine you have this pipe coming here, probably towards obviously this section, kind of like a diagonal, because we don't have a space to go here and all around it, because that would be silly. We go from here, diagonal, big silencer and a 4-inch exit, roughly what it used to be already. So from that pipe, from that elbow, we have to squeeze a flexi. I don't have a 4-inch flexi, although I had it somewhere. I had to find it. Anyways, a big flexi, 4-inch flexi is quite big. That's nearly 5 inches. That's 4.5, at least 4.5 inches in diameter, because obviously the flexible part is that thick each way, so is that bigger. Yeah, that's 5 inch. Is about 5 inch. So you have to squeeze that. You have to ruin the flexi. You can't make it solid, because if everything is solid, it's gonna make a massive leverage on the tailpipe, and everything is gonna move. If the engine tilts 1 degree in an acceleration, or 2 degree or 3 degree, whatever, if that moves down, for example, 5 mil at 10 mil, is gonna be about 40-50 mil at the end of it. Plus, you know, with the vibrations and the movement, it will break. It will not withstand all the stuff unless you brace everything. And that's silly. That's silly. You never do it. There has to be a flexible there. Remove the obviously the mechanical stress from the rest of the turbo system and the silencer. So that needs to be done. And then between the two wastegates, we have to try to plug them back into the exhaust system before the silencer. Whew, it's almost easy to do a small silencer for the wastegates on their own. So yeah, now this seems doable. Quite a lot of work. I really wish we had the exhaust manifold, because the exhaust manifold keeps the turbo in roughly the same position as we had it on the 2.8, if you remember it was, where the turbo is literally there. So that's the compressor here instead of up there. The exhaust will be here, and then from here we're gonna go either this way or on the top, you know, and we actually have kind of more space, or simpler, the exhaust will be simpler. There's more space for the wastegates, because it uses one wastegate on the top of the exhaust manifold. I'll actually show you. I like that manifold actually, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Here it is. You see how close it is to the head and everything. You got one wastegate on the top, which we already have, and the turbo is there. And also you don't have to brace the turbo out of this exhaust manifold, because it's so close, so strong, everything is, leverage is very small, so you can just leave the turbo just on that, you know. So yeah, it's actually shame, very shame that they send us this wrong exhaust manifold, because it will really be nice and save a lot of fabrication, and tough choice. Now, besides all of this stuff, now we have also the oil lines, and this is another reason why nothing is positioned yet in exactly the same spot, because you have to make sure you have a space for those lines, and they have to stay away from the heat. You can't keep them away from the engine bay heat, because that's not possible, obviously. But for example, I position everything temporarily. So for example, I put a bolt there, because I can make a mount there, because all of these lines, they have to be solid on the engine. You don't want to rub them on the engine in any part, because sooner or later they're gonna chew it up through, and you got the oil leak and disaster for the engine. So that's fixed there. That's fixed there temporarily, far away from the exhaust. Again, this can be wrapped, so we're gonna insulate the heat radiant from the exhaust manifolds to anything else. So that's safe there. And also that is being quite low, you can see there from the exhaust pipe. The exhaust pipe will be quite close there, but then goes away from it because it goes kind of towards here, as you can see it. So we will have the exhaust roughly here, which gives us about at least 2 inches, maybe even 3 away from it. Now, worst case scenario, I can bring those pipes and actually run them kind of lower here, because the lower I go, the more away from the exhaust is going to be, and around here and to the cooler, which is with the side is going to be positioned here, which is fine. That's okay. So theoretically, there's enough space for everything. Now the cold intake, yeah, there's gonna be some braces, you know, some bracing and keep it in place because it touches here, but again, that's not the problem because, you know, there's not much movement there. However, we're gonna keep it away. So theoretically, yes. Easy? No. How much work? I think a little bit more than I thought it's gonna be. You know, go this direction. However, I need to see the other options as well, and hence the planning. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove everything, all those zip ties and that holds the turbo in position. I'm gonna remove those exhaust manifolds, and I'm gonna try, because I think 1 or 2 bolts actually align with this. If I remove the studs from that engine, I may be able to get this manifold on just to see the position, because the other manifold, I'm 99% sure it's exactly the same, just different pattern for the bolts. Because this is for the 3.6 engine instead of 3.2. And that will keep the turbo in a slightly different position, which may change the game quite a lot. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna show you what the result is. Also, we're placing the reservoir for the charge cooler, because now the charge cooler is gonna have a much bigger radiator, probably 4 times the size. It's good to have that. Right. Also, the longer line just arrived, long enough. Great. Anyways, yeah, gonna take all of this off, see if I can put this on, and somehow, again, I'm gonna check it. If only one bolt goes on, you know, I can't do it. I don't know, maybe. I'll see what the possibilities are. I'll remove this and check it out. Right, so this is the second setup. Luckily, the exhaust manifold fits actually with these 2 studs. The only 2 studs that actually fit, but these 2 actually position the manifold in the exact spot that is supposed to be, matching the poles with the obviously head bolts. Anyways, space for the compressor, plenty. Wastegate single, there, done. This gives me, as you see, much more space for the exhaust system, although it will have to go from here, but again, still it'll be more efficient because the bend of the exhaust is going to be milder, not as tight, so that's slightly better. Then from the wastegate, running a pipe into the exhaust is easy. Boost pipe is literally the usual we do with the 1.8 from here to here, again easier, less work. The intake, free. Everything just screams doing this. Again, oil return. I could actually probably use the one we done for the 2.8 because it seems like the same flange. The turbo is almost in an identical position. It could go from here to there. So I'm gonna replicate the same setup I've done on the 2.8. And so this does not look as mad as that setup, but it literally is about, that one is about 20 times the work, and it's not 20 times better. This, as much as I'm not a massive fan of the Lockstep manifolds, this is not bad. Like I said before, I kind of like it anyway because it's fairly good design, and it's strong. You don't have to get braces for the turbo because it's supposed to turbo in a good position, very close to the engine. Everything is compact and it just works better. I think there is less work trying to get even this exhaust manifold to work on this head, redrilling somehow, than trying to make that work. That would be the bollocks, don't take me wrong, but it really is a lot of work. And a lot of work means a lot of time, a lot of application, a lot of money spent by him. So, as I'm working on this car, pretty much as I would work on mine, but without the rush, as I usually do on mine, I would still go for this, if this was mine. If you say, okay, you have all the time in the world, which setup you prefer? This. Because the result, where the turbo is situated, the position of this turbo here is absolutely ideal. It's slower, it looks good, it's closer to the engine, it's all nice and compact. Everything is just in the right position for the oil return, for the turbo oil feed, for the exhaust is a better setup, much better setup. Wastegate, again, 10 times easier. Compressor is in a great position. There is a space for a much bigger compressor, boost pipes, everything is just, this is just screaming, do this. That is a solution, but what would you do?
Me?
Yeah. I would, that was my hours to go
I would use this because the same reason I'm using a cast one on mine, because I know how there's a lot to be said for stuff being simple and durable and easy to work on and works, and this is like me, I'm all for simplicity, so I would choose this. That's why I said this in the first place.
Let's have a look at this, because there's only one problem. Simplicity is the key for everything, especially on the race cars. Race cars, track cars, any cars really, because it makes everything easy and reliable. But let's have a look if it's actually possible with the idea I have. Maybe it's not.
What?
That is the biggest problem, is it?
Oh, the ports thing?
Yeah.
I was just looking on that engine there as I was, because obviously that was best, so I didn't think that for a while. I was looking while I was putting the labels on the parcels, and I reckon it's possible.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
This should be identical, right?
Yeah, it'll be identical. Yeah, it's basically the same head but better. It's lots of small ports and 2 bigger ones. I think we'll have to do them all, I'm not sure.
Oh, this is actually.
Also, this isn't very heavy
No.
at all.
No.
It's really light.
No, it's not.
It's actually
It's not.
really light.
I prefer this. I know I said at the beginning I prefer that one purely because of this exhaust system situation, but
There is, yeah.
There's
2 small ports. There's 2 tiny.
So this is, let me put the light here. Alright, so the situation is that all these passages, because this exhaust manifold is kind of slits, if you put a gasket in between, it will not hold the pressure in the long term. But I was just thinking, if I block those holes, that is actually where the exhaust gases come from. And if I block them there,
And I think
then it doesn't matter.
These as well.
Yeah, those 2 big ones and those small ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I think it's 2 per exhaust port, so 12. Or
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
although I can only see
7, 8,
one now.
9, 10. Yeah, probably 1. And, let's say 12 on the bottom. Maybe that is this big crusty, so something there. And then those 2 big ones here. I don't think these 2 are fucking, I think it's recycled. I don't know.
Do they go to that?
Yeah, so that's blocked already.
Yeah. We can blow for them and find out.
Yeah, so those small ones, that could be a solution, because I need to check the sizes. Maybe I can tap them and put sort of like studs. Do you know, just
those little blankets.
yeah, like in blanket studs.
Yeah, yeah.
Or ball bearings.
Oh yeah, like
bearings.
they do the head.
The balls when again, it's like they do on the
They
head.
do it on the side of the head, don't they? Yeah.
Originally, On the cellular heads, when you have the oil galleries, they block them with just they press in like a small steel bolts into the aluminium. Aluminium, obviously, when it gets hot, expands, get them even tighter. So that could be a solution for a problem that was a no-go before. That means we could just re-drill this exhaust manifold. So this one goes here, there, yes, that doesn't go on any of the sleeves, close but not on it. This one, I can't remember, oh, this one here, yes, yeah,
Again, close but not on it. So
close but not on it.
yeah, as closest one's that one. It's not on it. And anyway, that's got one anyway.
Yeah, but it's next to
It's
it,
not
you
on
see,
it. Yeah, yeah.
because that one aligns and this is kind of next to it, but a little bit lower. I think this, you know, and then all of that doesn't matter anymore.
No.
Absolutely doesn't matter. Huh. That changes everything. Does it?
I know. If it's possible, I mean, you're the welding and fabrication person, so I don't know that part. But I know if somebody said to me that was easy, because I suggested that at first, and you was like, "It won't be. That doesn't solve that."
Because of that.
Yeah.
But that could be solved. That could be solved in a completely different way.
Yeah, yeah.
You could sort the problem out before it comes a problem, before the gaskets.
Exactly. Because that was the thing. I said I'll just re-drill it, but then you was like, "Oh, you can't fix that." But yeah, you maybe can.
Yeah.
If that's possible, like I said, I don't know that part.
I'm gonna
of the
measure them,
business.
but yeah, absolutely. I think yes, because obviously that just needs to be close to anything that I can tap into.
And even though it's work, it's nowhere near as much work. You know.
Yeah. So, if I was looking to get money, to make money out of my work, obviously that, because that's gonna give me about 10 times the amount of labor, but I don't want to do it. Plus, that's not my goal. So, and again, I'm pretty much working on this car as on my own. So, yeah, I think I'm making that call. I'm happy. I'm pretty sure Chris is gonna be happy because the job is gonna get quicker, cheaper. Actually, more. I think this is actually more efficient because I'll tell you something. Maybe the exhaust manifold, that one, could flow tiny bit better than this. But if this was any other engine, I would say yeah, maybe it's worth doing more work for about 10% better performance. But we know VRs, they don't give a shit about this.
The thing is, it's rarely the exhaust manifold that's the restriction anyway.
Yeah.
And also, we might think, oh, this is a log.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's not. Look at it.
It's not.
It's not a log.
I mean, this is very
certainly
good.
Isn't.
This
that
is not too
quite,
bad
but it's not bad.
because you have is kind of divided there.
And the merge, no matter what, is almost there.
Yeah. So.
And to be fair, this manifold's proven already. They've ran this on like 1200 brake cars, so it's not like it can't do it.
So.
Me personally,
yes, yeah.
if it can, you can do it. That's what I think.
I can. It's just have to solve the problem before. I can't solve the problem with the manifold or with the gaskets. It has to be sorted before that. So on the small ports. Yeah. This is, ladies and gentlemen, why you spend so much time planning stuff. 10 steps ahead. Honestly, when I put this about an hour trying to find out space for everything, everything is in place. The exhaust,
done that job, haven't they?
the exhaust is smooth. What was this?
Oh, that's the straps for the.
For the. Yeah, I've welded the subframes there already. All right. See you in a bit. All right. So I made a quick one. I experimented on this one. Made a thread on that. It's M6. M6 goes in. I'm gonna make a few studs, obviously the right length, slid them in the middle so I can guide them with the screwdriver, and yeah, that is actually a fairly easy and inexpensive solution. Good. These don't matter because they go here, so they're already naturally blocked. Good. There's your studs. They 20 quid each. I like the idea, because this way we remove all the issues, and then we can re-drill that exhaust manifold, which the only difference between this exhaust manifold and the correct one is literally just those holes, because pulse is exactly the same place.
So you don't need, do you still need to weld that up then?
No.
You won't, will you?
No.
There's no gas coming out.
Don't need it.
Really easy then.
Yeah.
There you go. Money saving.
Money saving. Money saving, time saving, and the result, yeah, I like it.
Result, probably better.
Yeah, better. Again, as much as you can argue that exhaust manifold that could flow slightly better, again, it don't really matter on this engine, so that's not really advantageous, because again, like you say, these were proven for over 1,000 brakes, so that's good. That's no, it's proven, it's not just theoretical. All the rest, as a boost pipe, as the cold intake, as the exhaust, as the wastegate, everything is just simpler, better and more efficient. Yep, we're doing this. And the beauty is, when you tap this, all the alloy that's inside, you blow it from inside the pod, because these are actually connected to the exhaust pods. So you blow it inside the pod and all of that comes out. This is actually pretty good. I like it. Now I'm gonna make some studs, blanking studs, tap them up, and then we're gonna work on the exhaust manifold itself. Slightly deeper. Checking which one is deep enough, which one is more. This is perfect. This one. Alright, so that one is, no, it doesn't catch. This is okay. Yeah, alright, these two needs to go deeper. Alright, I'll pull them out, get a bit more thread into it and put them in. Yeah, I like it. That, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 holes inside the exhaust. I have to put in there. This I'm gonna do it on the mill machine, because I want everything precise. You can't just, you know, try to roughly drill it where it should be. It has to be precise. So yeah. So this is supposed to be only half a day, but I still need to hold it as it's late. But definitely worth it, because got it. Exhaust manifold is actually on. Now we're waiting for the new gaskets, new studs and new nuts, obviously. But this is it. I can go forward, I can build the rest of the stuff, and we saved, how much we saved? Between complicated exhaust, 2 ways gates, pipes into the exhaust manifold. So exhaust manifold, that will be 2 days with the poles for the gates, then another 2 days for that. I say we saved at least 4 days. At least 4 days. 4 long days, if not 5. So I can call this a very good day. Very efficient day. Save quite a lot of money and quite a lot of time. And the result is actually better in overall. So the only thing is, I didn't know, we have to plug the water cooling system on the turbo with the coolant, because there's actually needs one. We never use it, but on this one Steve says we have to use it. It's good you told me that, because I wouldn't use it.
Yeah,
we never do.
Normally,
we never do. Yeah, we never do it.
Garrett and Polestar based turbos aren't strong enough to cope without the water.
So yeah, this is good. This is good. I can do the boost pipes, I can put the charge cooler in place, I can do the oil feed line, I can do oil return line. I can, yeah, we have to get the 4-inch stuff now. Because I was waiting for, I was in a rush to get 4-inch elbows and silencers and all the bits to make the exhaust, because there was about, 3-4 days of fabrication before that. But now, I will actually need it for tomorrow.
Yeah, and also, to be fair, 3-4 days is everything went well. Chances are, it was more like a working week, a 5-day thing.
It's a week.
Yeah.
It's a week. Instead of, well, a day. Yeah. Good. Happy with this. Everything is due to turbo position. The correct turbo position is crucial. I like this more. You know what? If they had exhaust manifold like this for the VR5, I probably would.
Yeah, I mean, 100%.
Wow.
Unfortunately, every VR5 cast one I've seen is just a lot.
I wonder if one of these would fit, just remove one of the runners.
It occurred to me. The only reason I might not on a 5 is because, unlike a VR6, the manifold design seems to affect the noise quite a lot. Yeah. It seems to affect what on 6 they don't. 5 for some reason the log manifolds make them sound different. So I don't know.
The VR5, we have the VR5 mainly for the
noise.
For the noise. How childish this is.
No.
Choosing the engine purely by the noise it makes.
I'm very impressed with this.
This is good.
I mean, if you really wanted to in the future, you could use them for fresh air anti-lag too.
That's true.
It will not need it, but you know.
No, because
you know people are.
On this setup, you can do the anti-lag different ways, but yeah, you could.
I really like it.
Good stuff. What are they for anyway? Originally.
Lambda sensors.
Well, originally.
Yeah, because it's because Germany, everything has to be TÜV approved. So to make it legal, it has to fit like standard. So they have to have the 2 standard lambda sensors to make it fit on like a MOT legal car over there. So
in a manifold.
Yeah, well, because there's nowhere. I think because of the stupid TÜV rules, it has to be. It has to be like the correct place or whatever. It's the only way they can get it, because every part has to be.
Because they have 2 lambda sensors.
Yeah.
One for each 3 of the cylinders originally.
Yeah. And they for TÜV reasons, to get the certificate for that exact part, it has to have that. Like, stupid, but it's just German rules. Nobody uses them, but that's what they're there for. So
we could put them on just to make it look fancy. 4 lambda sensors, because it's
I don't fancy a Lambda pre-turbo lasting very long.
No, no.
I've seen it gets done on race cars when they have one Lambda per cylinder, but not permanently.
Probes each cylinder, yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah,
that's why you map them properly. But 3 and 3, it just doesn't make sense. No, we have to get the plugs as well.
Yeah, but no, it's good.
Parts.
It's gonna spook so fast.
Oh, I fired this up when you weren't here, just before removing the engine.
Yeah, I saw the video.
You seen it? Do you remember when we said, oh, VR5?
Yeah,
because we saw it.
Yeah.
If you were here when we fired this, I'd be like, oh, fuck, I don't know anymore.
I know. I don't. I never do.
There's
no wrong answer.
The moment I fired this, I was like, oh,
They all
I wish I had a VR6 in mine.
There's no winner.
But then you put the VR6 in use, you hear the VR5. Oh, I wish I had a VR5.
No, don't get me wrong. I like the VR5 slightly more, but not by much. It's just a different thing.
No.
Can't go wrong. Only slightly more. I don't even know if I like it slightly more enough to give away one cylinder and, compared to a 32, a whole litre. If someone said to you, what would you rather have? A noise you like 1% more, or another litre of capacity? I think I want the capacity.
The thing is, obviously it's more expensive because you have to get exhaust money for it, right? How much you say they were?
These things, best part of £1,000.
About £1,000. Do you remember how much the Pleno was?
Quite cheap. 350, 400.
Well, that?
Yeah, it's quite cheap.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So about 1,400 quid you could yourself turbo system and get you.
I mean, you've said yourself you really like the manifold.
Oh yeah, the manifold is good. I like it. As much as I, obsessed with the equal flow plan, this is actually good. This is one of the good designs. Exhaust manifold, I said already, I like it. I like the fact that you got a gate on the top. It makes everything simple and fairly economical. Turbo is in a mint position. T4 divided. Space for the bigger compressor. Jesus, have you seen that actually? That's a lot of space there.
Yeah. If you really truly need bigger than that, which you don't.
On it.
Yeah, of course you could. But even this is a 900 horsepower turbo. And I'm pretty sure the even the ones at like 1200 rated are the same size compressor housing. So yeah, you can go bigger if you wanted to.
I think having less torque, so much low down, especially with the turbo from the VR5, could actually be beneficial.
Yeah, I think so.
Because this could be.
I think this is gonna be.
Be very fucking careful.
Yeah. Personally, I would. This is like. Everyone look at this and think, oh my god, that turbo is massive. This is the bare minimum size I think I'd want, because it will be
on a 6, yeah, on a 3.2.
On a 3.2, in one of these, in a bigger, heavier car, yeah. But in something this light, I think this is the smallest size. This will spool so fast.
Well, we drove it before the turbo came out, obviously, or the 2.8 hours, and we pull up in 5th. Even in 6th we pulled up. Yeah,
we did. We tried every game. 4th genuinely felt like 1st.
So even if you pull up in 3rd, very comfortable, without adding any throttle, and then you just spooling so quickly. If you add quick spooling turbo to that,
ridiculous, insane.
It's actually a bit of lag. It's very, very helpful.
Yeah.
Like genuinely helpful.
Yeah. Well, it's what I said to John. His non-VVT version will probably do him a favour, because
it's a bit more linear, a bit more laggy.
It's a bit less crazy, yeah.
Is he gonna fit that in?
Oh yeah, he's obsessed by it. He's literally posted everything.
But is he gonna make 1,000?
Don't know. This is dynograph between the MR2 that he just bought off me, 1.8T, and his R30 version. That's with basically the same size turbo as this.
Yeah.
And even before the turbo, it makes 20. It looks like the off boost alone at like 1200 RPM, it still makes like 60 horse more. 40 horse more than a standard 1ZZ.
Pretty much twice.
Yeah. It looks like a 1ZZ makes about 25 Yeah, 25, and that makes 60.
Yeah, yeah.
So it makes over double the power, and this is a 3 litre. Even at that's 1200 RPM. So no wonder you can pull off in twice the high gear. It's literally twice the power.
Everything.
So yeah. And
this will sound mean.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fairly open 4-inch exhaust all the way.
Look at right. This is with a 3 litre and single scroll, same size turbos, but so this will spool faster than this one.
And it's got a VVT. This one, that one doesn't.
No, this one has. This is a mild one with
right.
VVT. By the time by the time the 1ZZ makes 100 horsepower, the R30 is making about 400. Yeah, literally. Yeah. Yeah. And when the R30 is making 500 horsepower, that's only at 4,200 RPM. The 1ZZ is making about 120. And this is a healthy 1ZZ. They don't normally make that. This is one that's really healthy. This made stock power.
Yeah, but still, if you never drove one of these with a tuned engine, you have no idea what that means, because, well, with even us, which we knew it was taken as a surprise, because such a light chassis is. So every time you imagine a 300 brakes, you have an idea in your mind of the acceleration of the power in the car.
A normal weight car.
Normal weight car is different. It's so different.
Never worked.
So different. When people are thinking, yeah, I want a 700 brakes, right? Just
you ain't.
Drive it first with 300 brakes. You shit your pants like, okay, maybe I was wrong. And everyone thinks they can handle whatever power. Yeah, I want 1,000 brakes. No, trust me, you do not. After 1 day off.
Well, even John, who bought mine, he's had these VRs and stuff making 1,000 odd horsepower. He can properly drive, but because he's not stupid, the minute he drove mine, he was like, I don't think one of these does need my big power engine, does it? No, I told you. It's it's nice. It's it will go hypercar beating fast, but do you really need that?
It depends. Obviously, if you want to do drag racing and other stuff, the more the better, and all this. But to make it enjoyable.
And it's also putting the power down. I mean, that's what I said to him. I said, your racy version with no VVT and whatever, which massively reduces low down power, will probably do it a favour in one of these, because it's more tractable, because you've not suddenly got.
The ESA was the limit on the standard just with the decomplete.
Depends who you want to talk to.
Depends. Yeah.
People in even with the 12 valve in America, the 12 valve VR6s, people have gone over 800 horsepower on them stock internals just with.
Yeah, but in America usually go all race fuel.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. See, it's one of them. I mean, I think Badger 5 with a GTX 35, so a bit smaller than this. I think they made 607 and a quite low boost, like 1.2 bar on just a 32 with a decomp plate. So, yeah.
1.2 bar, this thing's gonna live forever.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. This is the thing with the VR6 engine, right? Especially this 3.2, the big ball. Is that they make power with such an ease. Yeah. So even just with the decompression plate, so it's very cheap setup.
Yeah. For
the power, it's just mega reliable. Especially in the lightweight car, they never have a hard life. How are you gonna put this engine under stress?
Exactly.
What are you gonna do to it? You can't.
Exactly. I mean, well, again, while you were still about boost, I was quickly scrolling through what John had said to me before. He said he might put the engine out of his Corrado in it, which again is an R30, built R30. Right. It's got cams, but not as big cams as his A4 one and stuff. It's got a G42 1200.
Wasn't that making 800? Something like that.
Well, this one, it's got a G42 1200, so the slightly bigger one version of that, but only a little bit bigger. He reckons at 1 bar, so literally 1 bar boost, it would do 650. Imagine that, bar. Just not even trying. 1 bar of boost. So less than most factory cars are boosting these days. 650. And that's a fairly mild setup, you know.
On the build motor, like, you can push way more than that.
Exactly, yeah.
Twice the boost.
Yeah, this is, it is making way more than that, but he said it just at low boost, where it would just live all day long. And he said that setup will make 1,000 plus easy. He said the cams in it are more than enough for 1,000 plus.
So obviously this is gonna be ready really soon. He's gonna build your red one, and I'm guessing he's getting excited, so he's gonna be pretty soon. Basically, because once, if he's got the motor already there, then
it's just.
I mean, everything is up. I presume he's gonna get the stuff from us charged.
Yeah. I don't know about charge. No, he wants to run a front mount. Oh. He already said to me, he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to run a front mount. How big do you need? Can you fit a 4-inch? I took some pictures of yours.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, you can fit whatever you want. The crash bars, you've got plenty of room.
Yeah.
I was about GTR, but yeah, he actually wants to go front mount.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's going to be another crazy one. I generally think that soon enough, end of this year, maybe next one, there's a chance that we're going to have more crazy MR2s in England than they have in America.
Yeah.
There are a few in America, crazy ones. I mean, with K20s, obviously, K20, K24, whatever.
It's funny, the crazy ones in America have kind of died off a bit.
Did they?
Yeah, there was only a few I knew of, like genuinely proven fast. And most of them, they were K20, they've been taken apart. They don't exist no more.
How come?
Don't know. Literally don't know. But they just don't seem to exist anymore. And there's loads in America claiming like 650 wheel and whatever, but my car's faster than.
I've seen a couple of them claiming that their figures. Yeah, you said about changing gears, like
no. There's like because there's most of these American ones claiming like 650 wheel was slower than my car, draggy proven, when my car was making 514 flywheel, like no nitrous.
Yeah.
So American figures are bullshit, but. The ones I was talking about I don't seem to exist anymore are the ones that were proven fast. They were running like 9s and 8s.
Yeah.
But I think all the ones I know of seem to have been broken for parts.
There was that light blue one. Remember? It was on a 1320 video or whatever they call it.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I'm thinking of. I think that's gone now. Don't exist anymore. Yeah, I think it's took it apart.
That one was fast.
Yeah.
That one was genuine.
There's a white one in Canada with a 2ZZ in. That's the fastest one in the world at the moment. That runs, I think it runs 8s, I think. It's very fast, a white one, 2ZZ turbo. Not a road car, it's like a proper drag car, but regardless. But that's literally just quarter mile.
So between years being 1.8, this one is gonna be nuts. The red one is gonna be insane. Definitely gonna be insane. Mine. I just want to keep it as a road car, so about 550, I guess. We see that. We don't know. There's so little information about VR5 turbos that there's no.
It's not even that. These days, dyno figures are so meaningless because different dynos read different things.
Sure.
Not these cars. Well, my car, the performance times show that. There's all these cars claiming 600 and something wheel and all that, and my car made 500 flywheel, 514, and it's faster than them because their figures aren't true. There was a guy the other day I saw, not these cars, but this guy with a Evo 8 in America, make dyno graph of over 1,000 wheel and all this stuff, and he was saying about he mostly does like half mile in it and stuff, and his half mile time was slower by a fair bit than that guy Sam, I can't remember his name, who does a half mile in his Evo in this country with like 200 and some horsepower less. It's just like dyno figures don't mean that.
That's why it is kind of like a drag racing that, not professional but amateur, that lower class or whatever you want to call mid class is quite interesting.
It's just proven.
Because there's so much bullshit.
Yeah,
around.
this is what I mean. That you tell somebody these days, "Oh, my car's 500 horsepower." So
Right.
what? Everything's 500 horsepower these days, but they're not really usually. Even the cars claiming it. Same as all the. That's what you know. It's like, where's all these? There's loads of K-swap ones of these in this country.
What are they?
Where are they? They've never been proven, and I think they've never been proven because they're not that fast. Otherwise, they'd be shouting about it.
I think it's a black one, is it?
Yeah, there's at least I think there's at least 2 of them.
Right.
There's a road car one, the track car one. That track car one, it was recently for sale. It's supposedly making 550 now. It was 450, now it's meant to be 550. Show me some times. That other one, it was all over the internet a while ago. Everyone's wetting their pants over it. It's meant to be over 500. Never got timed. And looking at we watched the video and looked at the clocks, didn't we, and stuff?
Yeah.
And it wasn't very fast.
No, it wasn't. No.
My car would have murdered that.
You
And I don't think that car exists anymore. I think it got broke up. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. I pay no attention to dyno numbers anymore because, because the thing is, America and Australia usually laugh at the dyno numbers in this country because we use flywheel, which is like a calculation. It's bullshit. So like, they take the piss going, their numbers are like made up. Yeah, they kind of are.
It's
but they read lower than most. Going by performance times, it reads lower than most of the American wheel times. So why laugh when your ones are the overinflated ones? It's stupid.
But that's
and that's why I don't pay any attention to these numbers.
Yes, but actually that is what makes all of it interesting.
Yeah.
That's why it makes it. It doesn't really matter, because if that was matter, you can calculate everything was fast was not. Then sometimes you got people claiming 1,000 brakes, they're losing against people who actually have 700 brakes, for example.
Exactly.
That's what makes it interesting. So I think it's good actually.
Yeah. Even Badger 5's dyno versus other dynos in the country. Badger 5's dyno reads quite low, like compared to most, and like I'm pretty convinced if you got a number on Badger 5's dyno flywheel, you could go to a DynoJet dyno and get the same number wheel. It's
wheel.
Yeah, genuinely. That's how far off I think it is.
But remember I told you a age ago we used to do when we used to do the dyno days, and there was this group of boys that came down. It was an R33, there was an Evo one.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
They came down from London. Most powerful cars, 500-600 brakes. It was far off, like not even close to those figures. They didn't like it. One of them started to argue. He's like, "This is fake. This is fake. What would you fake? What would you?"
Well, this is what people don't realise. It's not to do with fake. Fake is normally their original one that had high numbers.
Mate, they bullshitting you.
Yeah.
You tune in bullshit you because you literally, because on the dyno you have the temperature sensor. You put it in a different place. You start shit and you have different numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Dyno is only serves you to map the car.
Yeah.
So you don't,
Yeah.
And again, it's still better on the road, but obviously you can't. How are you going to map the car?
Exactly.
1,000 brakes on the road. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Just as a reference, nothing else.
I mean, same dyno, same day. Yeah. But trying to compare different brands of dyno on different days and whatever, no chance.
No chance. At the end is the result that counts.
Proof. Yeah.
If you're building the car to make a dyno numbers, all right, fair enough, have it. But really is the acceleration.
Yeah.
How fast you can get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Usually is half a mile or a mile.
Yeah. Whatever you're building the car for, build it to do that. But most people aren't really. I mean, some people, they are building them just to show off on the internet about dyno numbers. But in reality, I think less and less people are paying attention to that these days because more and more people are realising it's performance that actually counts.
I mean, again, it depends what you're building it for. Mine, for example, is a road car. Hence, noise, dragability, drag racing. First, not enough, kind of not enough power. Don't really have a clutch for it. My clutch is not really strong for launching it, really.
Not for launching it, probably not.
So, be useless. As a road car, probably the best setup. One of the best setups.
And for for the power it makes, it will pretty much, you can guarantee whatever power it makes at Badger 5's dyno, say, when we time it, it's still out accelerate pretty much everything else by miles with that sort of power numbers, because these are light and they put the power down. So it just...
I mean, I can do some races now, but it has to be rolling start. Nothing.
Well, to be honest, I think, you know, even a fairly normal launch that the clutch can handle, it will still be an absolute fucking rocket ship. Don't forget, mine did 4.2 with 280 something horsepower, you know, when I had the stock engine on 205s, and that was with a standard clutch, you know. So yeah, it'll be, even with a stock clutch, it'll still be a rocket, not a drag car. It's not about that, but as a you know. But no, this is awesome.
Well, anyways, this is good. I like it, and I even like the fact that there's more space because I can put these. Oh yeah. Oil lines. So you're gonna put the radiator here. The big one is too much mine is actually good. Alright, well, tomorrow we're gonna sit down and all that. Actually, maybe tonight.
Yeah, work
Try
out
the beats for the exhaust.
Yeah.
I can start doing the turbo system. As for the charge cooler and plenum, I can go ahead and finish doing the fuel system. And I'm pretty sure I could use the return line from the old setup, because the turbo is in a almost identical position, very similar. So I can go around the CV joint and go into the sump where I already cleaned and blank that off. Once I have that, I can seal the sump, put it back on, and we can fill up with the oil. Then once we have the return, we got the feed line, and you fancy doing the initial startup?
Yeah, we can make the ECUs. Yeah.
Because I guess they didn't put any map on it.
No, it won't be a map, but we can.
Yeah,
they're good Badger. Well, Ignitron and Badger together.
yeah.
They will
okay.
They will give us a good enough.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They have them, but they didn't put any.
I doubt it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
He just drops me an email with it. So it's fine.
I didn't mind.
I love that turbo sitting there like that.
Mhm. I think this is the best setup. I don't know if you've seen it. Let me show them. This is just good. Well, we got ourselves 2 wastegates.
2 spare wastegates for something.
Because we were convinced this is the way to go. But again, this is what I said this morning. You know, testing and doing step ahead, 10 steps ahead, position everything, and doable. Absolutely, it will look meant to all the pipe work and everything, but kind of pointless when this is an option. Sorted, done.
Big fan of keeping it simple.
This, well, we're gonna pay for them, but we're gonna use them for something definitely.
Yeah.
Good gates anyway.
Yeah.
They're all right. So, sweet. I think that's enough. I'm gonna upload this video tonight, because if you're gonna wait to accumulate all the videos for 2 weeks, it's gonna take me another 2 days to edit.
And it'll suddenly be part 10 to part 18.
Yeah, from part 18, it's like, no, I'm not gonna do it every day or not, because it's just not doable. I don't have a time for that. Plus, I want to show this video, Chris. I'm not gonna tell him anything. I'm not gonna send him.
Oh right, I was gonna say, do you want me to take a
no,
photo?
no. I wanna show it in the video, because obviously it's gonna be there. It's like, oh shit, it's gonna cost me a lot of money, because I'll show you. Obviously, this is the setup, because I put the turbo here with the manifolds and everything. And so he's going to be panicking first, and then at the end of the video,
I sent him a message earlier, but it's not been delivered, so I've just deleted it.
Oh,
I sent him a message saying, you haven't sold the manifold, have you? Because Thomas has had an idea, so I've deleted it so you won't see it. So
that's good.
If you want to do it tonight, even better.
Some suspense. It's good. I like playing these tricks. Surprise! Yeah. No, it's good. I'm happy. This is. Now I'm happy with this. Because doing the all the way, like I say, it will be meant obviously a lot of work, and I wasn't happy with it.
The problem is,
doable, but not
that
happy.
Setup, while technically slightly better, it's like I always say about everything. It's development. I bet you there will be something that you'd have to tweak. Whereas this, you bolt it on, it's done. There's none of that. There's no uncertainties. There's no, because There's no second guessing yourself. Oh, is this the best way of doing it?
Regardless,
This
this
is done.
works better.
I like it.
So the manifold has been proven. Space for the exhaust system is more, so I can make a nicer flowing exhaust. Oil return, arguably better too. Doesn't have to go through all this pipe work. Lighter, closer to the block. I don't have to support the turbo on its own. This manifold is fully capable to support the turbo. It's being closer to the engine. The cold intake is in a better position.
A lot less components. That's my favorite
Less components.
thing. A lot less.
The boost pipe from the compressor to the charge cooler is much simpler. Translates again better.
Well, the other week, whenever it was, Chris messaged me and he was like, I presume I'm going to need the exhaust, the wastegates plumbed back into the exhaust and all that.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, either plumbed back in, or if there's no room, it might have to be 2 small silencers, one off each wastegate. Yeah. But that was going to be tricky. When he said that, I thought, Christ, this is going to be a complicated exhaust. Not anymore. Not really. Much easier now.
This is quite easy to plug it into the exhaust
just
now.
A nice big, one big silencer. Should be good.
This is going to sound mean as fuck.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's not just 4-inch tip, this is 4-inch all the way.
Yeah.
It's a short one.
And the bigger the turbine side, the meaner it tends to sound.
Yeah, deeper sound.
Yeah. The bigger the turbine wheel, basically.
On a 3.2 now.
Oh, I do. Well, I also want one on ITBs after seeing that Chinese company making it.
Yeah. They said, so...
3.2 makes sense regardless, because the ports and everything are so big.
Yeah.
It's just asking for...
In such a light car, how much you can get from the 3.2, let's say an ITB is nice setup. ITBs, fuck it, comes. You don't spend your money on it, like a turbo setup comes. I
don't know, but I do know that a 3.2 with good exhaust, good remap, good intake, on standard inlet, makes like best part of 300 brake. So ITBs and cams,
you pick up 50 brakes easily.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think
the standard
cams on ITBs probably. Yeah.
So
about, let's say 350 roughly on ITBs.
And they can rev. People rev them to like over 7.5, like without any upgrades.
That'll be mint.
Yeah.
That'll be really nice. And the ITBs were literally behind your skull.
Yeah.
It's vibrating your head from inside.
And like, because people say about, I like NA, but then then they've got some kind of gutless NA that doesn't do anything until really high RPM anyway.
Yeah.
But if you've got a 3.2 and one of these, you love NA, but you've got the massive instant power because it's already like you've got 50 horsepower, 60 horsepower more even at practically idle. So, it's the equivalent of putting a V8 in a normal size car. And, it's too much. That's what I said. I would own about 20 MR2s if I could build all the different things I want to build.
And I think we have to really, if you look back, we have to be thankful for those K220 spots.
Yeah.
Being so shit. Well, not so shit because again, a lot of people have them, they're happy with them. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but because I didn't like
not as good as you hoped.
Didn't like it. Yeah. It was like, oh fuck it.
Yeah.
Because I like, 1.9, and then from 1.9 everything escalated. Yeah. Then we're here today. Got 1.8, VR6, VR5, turbo, NA, throttle bodies. It's like this, and you can't get it wrong. No. That's the beauty.
Well, this is a funny thing because the 1.9, which was pretty basic, and it's just a 1.9 TDI, not an engine that flows well, not an engine that does, compared to like a performance. Yeah. It's a good engine, but it's not a performance engine. But it was so amazing. It was like, if
so
this
funny.
Is good,
it was so funny.
If this is good, how good will something actually
I was T11.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Is Scott going ahead with his one?
Probably.
So we had a
His Scott, he changed his mind over 2
Scott
seconds.
is my old customer. He became kind of a friend now, and
He'll be watching this, so right, mate.
yeah, Scott, just do it, mate. Just do it. He's got the engine, right? You bought the engine.
Yeah. But then he was talking about selling it and building another one and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's Scott, he changes his mind all the time.
No, do it. 1.9 is meant to do it. Twin turbo, whatever you want to do it, do it. If you got any issues, you know, probably wiring,
He knows a wiring guy, he said that.
But there you go.
And also, he reckons he knows a mapper. Because he said there's a...
Does he?
Yeah, some mapper he reckons really good. And he also said that mapper wants to buy his engine off him. So he said he don't know what to do, whether to sell the engine to this guy.
But if he wants
or
to
get
buy the
to
engine,
build
means
it.
it's a good engine.
Yeah, so that's what exactly. I think that's what I said to him. I was like, well, if he wants to buy it, I would probably just keep it and make him map it.
Do it, mate. Do it. Honestly, 1.9. It was us.
Imagine it. Compound
It was
turbo.
so funny. I loved it. I loved it. Mine.
And yours was a small turbo, and it still
Yeah.
revved. It revved good. for
Mine was
petrol.
only 240 brakes. It's supposed to make 6,000 RPMs.
Yeah, and it was fine to 6 grand, even like that.
You know, and they're quite durable, these engines. If you know how to map them, if you don't try to cool them down with fuel, like you know,
Yeah.
like
As in do the opposite of what really happens. Yeah.
smoke. No smoke. You clear it with boost. Yeah.
A compound turbo, one of them, revving to 6 plus would be fucking incredible. Again, it's another one of the many engines that I want to build.
Imagine we're showing up all together in maybe end of this year. The VR5 turbo, VR6 turbo, thingy with your red one. What's his name? John.
Yeah, John.
John with probably 800 brakes one or whatever. Then Scott with 1.9, crazy 1.9 because he's not gonna do it. He's got proper one. Actually, well, yours, crazy 1.8.
And there's all these other customers too who are building stuff.
So many
It's
people
like, who
bringing
knows?
them now.
It's like,
It's like, yeah,
yeah,
this. J-Spec, stop breaking them or keep the chassis.
yeah.
Keep the chassis.
Yeah, keep the V5s. He told me he does. He
Yeah,
said the
that's
tidy
nice.
ones. He said he's got a drawer full of V5s.
Because they are gonna go up in prices real soon. I promise you that.
Well, it's also what I've said to John. Well, they all know it anyway. But I said to John and I've said to Chris, like, because they both, you know, John did race wars with me last year. Chris is with this. Is keen
John
to.
with the Volvo, yeah.
No, Joe. Oh, Joe.
Joe,
no,
not John, Joe with the Volvo.
Yeah, John did it last year with his Audi TT with the R30.
Yeah,
I've raced them and stuff. But anyway, like I said to him, they know it, and well, Joe knows it as well. Whatever class an MR2 competes, you know, if it makes the power real power, not bullshit power.
Yeah.
Whatever class it's in, unless there's another MR2, the MR2's going to win.
Well, unless you got an Exige or that kind of class.
It's unlikely though. In
Yeah,
something like
they're
that.
not
And to be honest, most of the Exiges I've seen, apart from Lee's, claim all this big power.
They're not really.
They're not that fast. That's the thing with these. They see. I don't know if an elite Exige isn't as slippery at speed or I don't bloody know. But generally at race wars, everything's big. It's more normal. M
The typical, usual.
Audis. What you see on the road, but really highly tuned. So something
Audi
like this.
TT 700 brakes, MR2 700 brakes. There's not even a competition.
No.
That's the beauty of a lightweight car.
Yeah.
Lightweight and they put the power down. This is the two combinations people have to understand. Besides the handle good and the chassis is strong and all that stuff, they put the power down. So there's no, for example, MX-5. That's a lightweight car, but they don't put the power down like these.
Because the weight's in the wrong place.
Exactly. This, the combination of the weight distribution, the combination of the geometry on the back and the chassis and everything, it's just good. They put the power down, lightweight, put one of these motors in. It's actually fairly cheap for what it is. So,
well,
no competition.
My car, well, again, race wars, you said about TT. That guy, the Badger, the only TT at Badger 5 built, it's made over 711 brake it made on their dyno. I made 514. At race wars, I was less than 1 mile an hour slower than him, with 200 horsepower less.
There you go.
Wow, 197 horsepower less. And he was on race fuel. I was on pump fuel and standard pistons. He's a 2.1.
But this is what I'm saying. Is like
they're giant killers, basically.
That's what I'm saying. Is for you actually now, it's easy in a class to win anything.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
An MR2.
But is Scott gonna do his 1.9?
Yeah, I got to make sure we're all in different classes. This is exactly what I said to Chris. He was talking about stuff. I was like, all you got to do is we've got to make sure we're in different classes. Then you've got to win. Because the only problem is if there's more than one in the same class. Because it's like for Race Wars this year, I'm gonna message Joe with the T5 and whatever and say you're doing it again. I don't know if he's gonna bother because it's not really what he built it for. So because he's done it once, I don't know if he's gonna again. But I wouldn't really want to bother being in if I was in his class, because if we was making the same power, which we're roughly making now, it's not the same. It's like I'd want to be in different classes because otherwise, it'd be funny if it'd be like an MR2 1, 2, 3 if everyone's in the same class. Because
I mean, if you're gonna show up, I'm definitely gonna show up this year. He'd probably show up because
he will. He's in it.
He already said he wants to do it. So that's at least 3. Even if you got just 3, Joey's gonna show. That's 4. If you got 4, Scott, you have to do use. When is it? August. So it has to be ready for August. If you need a hand, I'll give you a hand. That's going to be 5.
They'll all get trophies because it's first, second, and third gets trophies.
Even if you have 3 MR2s in the same class, that's 3 MR2s on the podium.
Yeah.
So just make sure there's no 4 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Not in the same. Joe was in 600 to 700. He beat everybody in 700 to 800. He was, I think he was only 1 mile an hour off winning 800 to 900. And he had 604.
Well, if John is going to fit that one, is that one making 800? Or am I wrong?
Depends which one. He's got 3 engines.
Yeah, the Corrado one.
The Corrado one's making, something like that. Yeah, he said it can make 650 at 1 bar. So 800 plus, easy, yeah.
That would be...
Plenty.
Yeah, that would be... Yeah.
He was originally, I think, talking about putting the engine out of his TT, the one that makes 630.
Yeah.
Putting that in there. Which I know what that'd do. That would do 175 and a half because that's basically what Joe's making.
That's what Joe's making.
So it'd do about 175 and a half, and all that. So, but I think he'd go bigger because he knows what mine does. He knows what these cars can do. And he's got 2 more engines that make even more power than that. So, I don't know.
It's endless. We can be here for a whole night.
Yeah.
It's so much.
Because even mine, I'm pretty sure, basically the same boost I'm already on.
Yeah.
With a big port head and the manifolds and stuff, and a different turbo, I'll make 100 more at the same boost.
I think this year is going to be interesting. Because there's so many people, obviously, even last year, they bought the kit, they bought all this stuff. We're not talking about customers abroad, America and whatever we're saying, just customers in UK and Ireland. As the 2 with the kits, with the RS200 kits.
The one in the UK with the RS200 kit,
yeah.
That's in England. He is, I know he's getting on with it because I saw a post the other day on somewhere on Facebook. Right. He was considering putting a new livery on it because it looks like a normal. It looked like what the Ford Rally team used to have it coloured like. I think he's going to colour it in another one of those colours. But he said he's literally taking his engine out now by the sounds of it and putting a VR5 in it. We've just sent the kit to that other, actually 2 other RS200 kit.
Yeah.
So there's at least 3.
There's 3 RS200.
With one with a VR5, 2 with 180s. What power any of them is going to be? Well, the last one, he wants to go. He's talking about 500 plus.
Yeah, he's building the motor as well.
Yeah. So
no, what I said before is like I think England, end of this year, we're gonna have just in England probably more crazy MR2s than in America.
Yeah.
Which is mad, because America really was
Yeah, they've the one that's always been doing it.
Yeah. So
they've been pretty ignored in this country for years, just mildly modified usually,
And now from being ignored, everyone wants them.
Because it's proven. We prove it. We don't talk. We don't just.
No, I've been concentrating on how much I've developed, how much I've done. It work. I've been oblivious, kind of oblivious to the outside. But if you step back, looking at the grand
You
scheme,
think about it, yeah.
within what, year and a half?
Yeah. Yeah. All, don't forget, it was only last year,
Changed a lot.
all the proving my car's done, that was only last year. It was only 2024. Think about it. I think it was only on the dyno, like, I made 500 plus, like, early 2024. And then I did race wars, I've done this, that, the other. It was all in 1 year. And it's gone crazy. The power of the internet and the power of proving shit.
Yeah, power of proving shit, instead of talking shit.
Yeah.
Really need mine now out. Really mine now. Now I'm doing this, I want it, but also I wouldn't need to, because it should be there. And,
yeah. Well, it's killing me not using mine, but the weather's been so crap in the last few months, it's like pointless. But it's actually starting to get a bit better, so it's more and more reason to. Anyway, time moves so fast, if you leave it, suddenly it's too late. So, you know. I even said to John, when he was on about his VR powered, big power, you know, the red one. Yeah. And I was like, with that power, you know, you're going to do like, you know, best part 200 mile. I goes, if you've got enough power, you'll do 200 plus even at half mile. I goes, but have you got the gearing for it? He said, yeah, it's already got TDI gears in it.
He knows.
That's 250 mile an hour. So, well, 250 at 8,000.
Make sure you drill some holes in the bonnet.
Yeah.
Empty that front space, get that out.
It needs a bit.
If not, you're taking.
Yeah.
You're
going to do a backflip.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all because it will. Because even Joe's actually, Joe's gearing on his Volvo. It would max out. He said on the rev limiter, he worked out to be about 194, something like that. It wouldn't quite touch 200. So he was already, you know. Whereas me and like a Race Wars, I saw, you know, if you look at the draggy in car, so it's got the speed.
Yeah.
I saw like 171 a couple of times. I was still in fourth gear.
Your gearing is crazy long. It's crazy long.
So, yeah, you can. Let's go. It's all standard stuff, which is the beauty of all of this.
I'll probably change my gearing for the TDIs. Because again, it's so much fun. It's just nice to even for cruising. Because again, mine is road car. Even to cruise at low RPMs, have a torque like a tractor torque, 70, 80, just a couple of thousand RPMs. And it pulls.
When you've hardly got any weight, which these you can get away with massive gearing.
You don't have to roll the gears.
No.
So
that's the beauty of.
Literally, everything is good about these. Everything.
I love it. I really, you know, you can't go wrong.
You just can't have enough of them because you want one with the VR6 turbo, you want one with the 1.8, you want one with the VR5 for the sounds, you want one for the 1.9 TDI because it's so funny. Funny but good. It's not funny when you're funny. It's funny, great.
I want multiples of all of them though, because I want a VR6 turbo, I want a VR6 and ITBs. I want, you know. As
much as I'm not fun, we should make a drift one.
Yeah, I'm dying to make a drift one. Like I said, the fun one I was on about making, I would take it drifting. It wasn't built for that, but that's what I would want to do. Because I think it would be. I've seen them they drift them a fair bit in Japan, and we know they're good. There's a guy in America
who does. There was like is that circuit in the middle of the mountains, like blue. Actually, this color. Fun enough. Have you seen it?
I think
there's a video with a guy following him.
Mm.
If you type on YouTube the MR2, just MR2, I think, the other MR2 drifting or drift or something like this, he come out. Is here, yeah, it goes well, really well. People say no control. Fuck me.
No, they're fine.
They're that way, no control.
Even Mark IIs, which are way snappier, they're way worse.
And they're still
they still can be really good drifting. Who was it? I think it was Walton Smith used to. Not Walton Smith. Somebody who's a decent drifter has got an MR2 turbo he uses as his fun drift car, and it's basically a Mark II MR2 turbo. It's got like modified front hubs for more lock and a hand, and it is weapon. Like, and just a weather diff.
The weight being more towards the back is actually not a bad thing. It actually gives you more grip. Do you remember there was, I think Falcon Racing, they had the E30, and at the same time they released the E30, they had the Porsche.
The 911 turbo, the American one, yeah.
Remember
it was no, it was Hankook at the Porsche, one of the coolest fucking drift cars in the world.
Hankook?
Yeah.
I thought it was Falcon.
No, Falcon had the BMWs and stuff. Okay. But Hankook in America, they did Formula D in it for a couple of years.
No, Falcon has had the.
Did they?
Yeah, they had a Porsche as well. That was before Hankook made it.
Really?
Yeah. Because remember, Falcon show up with these two cars. We will show up with the E30 because they made first. Yeah, but before that, Falcon had the Porsche as well.
Oh, okay.
Because remember they showed once with the lorry, they unloaded the E30 and then the Porsche was mint.
I remember the E30 and all that.
Yeah. And people was like, oh, real wheel drive, real weight doesn't work. Fucking it was quick, so it works. Anyways, I think it's time to go home.
For you, I'm gonna carry on packing.
Are you gonna say that?
And as it's not that cold tonight, I'm gonna carry on doing my car, I think, as well.
Oh mate, I went to the gym yesterday for the first time after 15 years. And I went, because my brain remembers, but there's no muscles for that. So I went doing squat. Fuck me, pull my muscles. Oh, I can barely walk. Tomorrow's gonna be worse. Honestly, I barely made it back to the car. Oh, what a weird sensation. Really bad, really bad.
Oh well, all good fun.
Yeah. My missus was laughing because I went there with my missus. It was alright.
You remembered how to do it.
I remember how to do it. The brain remembers the ways I used to, because I used to eat quite a lot.
Yeah.
But there was no muscles for it. So I went down with the squat. It's like, alright, fucking from the bottom. And you start shaking, it's like, what the fuck? No one around to give your hands, like, alright, I have to do it. Pull my muscles on my ass. Oh shit. Literally walking to the car, like, all wobbly. Anyways, enough of bullshit. This is good. Anyways.
See you tomorrow.
Chris, good news. Really good news, really good news. So, yeah, there was a little misunderstanding with the roll cage, but we got it sorted now, I think. But this kind of recovers everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, the time and money saved.
Oh, yes, yeah. So
this is a big saver.
I told him yesterday, like, look, we're going to sort something out. We're both going to be happy, but I didn't know about this. Okay, I don't even have to think about it. This is good now, sorted. I made a decision for me and you. So,
it's fate.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Awesome. So maybe, hey, we're gonna start it this week then.
Yeah. To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only Tuesday.
Yeah, no problems, because now I know, so I can do it. We have the feed line with the fittings, as obviously blanked off. That don't even need to be functional. This I can do it, no problems. Fuel system, all the parts are here. I only have to make a decision if this stays here or inside there, because by regulations this has to be separated from the car. It has to be, so I'm either gonna make another box here, which I will prefer because you can access this separately from that, or just put it inside there. I don't know. I'll figure out tomorrow in the next 2 days. But before Saturday, we're gonna, why not? I mean, you see, literally is, well, I need to finish the plugs. Sensors have to arrive with the plugs.
You can't bank on it, but it's quite likely.
Yeah, I think, yes. Because again,
exhaust stuff.
You know, when everything is good, I got all the parts, I'm flying. I am quite quick with this stuff. So, yeah, I think so. I think we're going to fire it up this week. All right, enough.